Hey everyone, I've decided to analyze the last two Faceit games on MIRAGE from ZywOo. This video will cover mainly two topics. The starters from ZywOo, showing you how he starts the rounds, and the mid-round decision making that he has. Let's start with his starters with a rifle. He's starting mainly left side window while being mostly mobile. One of the advantages of starting left side window, it's a position that the Ts prefer less when peeking out mid. It's also allowing him to peek on any timing that he wants to surprise any Ts running out mid. He is also starting on the wooden ledge. Spamming from this position allows him to have clear vision mid and get extra information. Reminding you also that ZywOo is also a human. He can also give an entry away. ZywOo has also the starter in window where he crouches close to the wall and gets some entries. Or dies. Another good way to get early mid info is to instantly break the T's smoke. To do this lineup correctly, you need to crouch and aim at this dot on the ground and do a crouch right click jump throw. There is also a more risky way to catch the T's off guard by jumping on the ledge on the left side. You can see in front of the smoke. Let's watch the same play but in unofficial. Now let's focus when he has a nope. That's where he's gonna prefer to start on the ledge of the wood. This has multiple advantages. You are dodging the flash above the roof, and it is harder for the T's to pre-fire. Comparing to whenever he had a rifle, he was starting more on the left side, but with a nope, it's the total opposite. He tends more to start on the wood, as I'm showing you in these examples. Even this one time where he peeks at the bottom, he ends up jumping up on the wood. But jumping on the wood doesn't mean staying there. ZywOo doesn't hesitate to move and get a better angle as the T's miss the window smoke. Talking now about mid-round decisions with a rifle. In this round there was a clear plan to fight over mid as his connector player is jumping down, and ZywOo also doesn't get denied window by a smoke, so he just stays window and keeps fighting for mid control. You can see that the short guy is also joining the mid fight. After that, it is important to not overstay in the mid fight. As the short guy goes back, ZywOo also leaves mid. Notice the jump he is doing whenever he is leaving mid. That allows him to gather any extra info he can while still being safe. But leaving mid doesn't mean giving it up forever. ZywOo stays proactive and uses his own flash to peek out mid, as it is a safe way to check mid. Goes to resmoke palace for his teammate and take another mid info, but this time with a teammate flash. And this is not the only round where he does this play. It is a common play from him to gather mid info. One important thing to notice is that whenever he peeks out window, he doesn't overcommit to the duel. He is not allowing himself to be an easy target for the opponent. It is also important to know that any nearby enemies can hear your flash and dodge it. Unless you time perfectly your flash at the same time as a teammate's nade would explode, which almost happened in this case. In the same round, ZywOo will stay proactive and will repush connector thanks to his own smoke and his game sense. He will leave no chance to the underground guy as he is not expecting a repush from there. The way ZywOo jumps on top of the bench makes him a way harder target as he would just walk out of the smoke. ZywOo remains a not easy target, as he crouches when he spots the enemy. And he is not giving any room to breathe to the last enemy with a flash peek. In this round, after getting the two entries in mid, ZywOo won't fall back to a passive position. Instead, he will go around connector and still fight for mid, being aware that anyone can walk through the smoke from either side. Just before the smoke fades, he is hugging the corner and will wait the fade to peek out and surprise his opponents. Where most players would just play the fade in an open position, ZywOo is already one step ahead and unexpected. Sometimes the rounds can be as simple as just rotating to help his teammates and just get one-legged. But mainly, ZywOo just does ZywOo things. Now let's talk about his mid-round decisions with a nope. In this round, ZywOo sees that the window smoke is not perfect and leaves a gap. That's a reason why he's not attempting any random shots, and he is just waiting over time to get a new gap in the smoke. He doesn't get rewarded instantly for his patience, but the T's still have no information about where ZywOo could be. That's why he remains silent and just holds the window boost. This time his patience gets rewarded. He hears another guy jumping window. ZywOo wants to smoke palace for his teammate, but throws a molly instead of the smoke. So instead of taking his smoke and throwing another nade, he is aware that a peek from window can happen anytime. Sees that the peek is not happening, goes in the corner again to smoke palace, while still being aware of the window danger. And use the noise he's gonna make to bait the window guy to peek him. But the window guy doesn't show up instantly in this case. In this round, ZywOo takes a shot mid and reveals his position. And then he goes for a new angle. Gets an entry. Later on gets pushed away from jungle. And runs to rotate city. But he actually fakes it to bait a T to come window and holds it. It's a part of his playstyle to use his footsteps as a bait. But once again the T doesn't peek. Here is another round where it takes a shot and then rotates instantly to city. He is gonna ask his teammates to hold palace for him. That will allow him to hold this connector angle. And get a free kill later on. Another round where he uses the same principle, takes a shot mid and instantly rotates to a new position. From the T's perspective, the info would be that the AWPer is in window, but as ZywOo decides to rotate the same second as he shoots, he is fast enough to surprise his opponents. And he is instantly moving to a new angle after his shot again. In this round, ZywOo is gonna apply extra pressure in mid by using his utility with a molly behind the boxes and by breaking the smoke. Even taking a second shot, but then once again he will instantly rotate to CT as he understands that there isn't much happening in mid, so he will have more impact on the side. He will even arrive on time as the T's are committing on A. In this round, the T's don't throw any smokes in mid, which is uncommon, so ZywOo just holds mid. There is some action happening on A, but he is not getting distracted by that and is still holding top mid. Even though he misses the shot, he gave himself the opportunity to get a free kill in mid, where most of us would have rotated instantly on the A pressure. Let's talk now about the T side. In this round, ZywOo lurks towards B. His team loses the fight in mid, but the A lurk wins an important fight pulling out some rotations. We can see that the big A wants to leave B. ZywOo hears him running away, so he takes space on the B side. ZywOo doesn't mind making steps, going to a more aggressive position. Wins the fight against a nope holding him. One of the reasons why he is winning this fight, he is not running into kitchen, he decides to sneak right before peeking. This creates the element of surprise as a city, not knowing whenever the peek can happen. Right after the kill, ZywOo takes the AWP and goes for a new position, peeking the short guy from bench, leaving him no chance. And guess what? Right after this kill, ZywOo relocates again, jumping around trying to find the last guy. Spots him kitchen and leaves him no chance as well. I want you to notice how hard it is to play against ZywOo, because ZywOo is moving around the map a lot and constantly putting you under pressure by picking you from different angles and different positions. That is one of the many reasons that makes him the best player in the world. Here is a similar example in a post-plant situation. ZywOo jumps and spots the jungle guy and goes on top of default to peek him from a new angle. Misses the shot, then jiggles from right side but peeks him actually from the left side. Right after killing him, goes to relocate to a new angle, but this time without any success. As you can see, the city guy was not expecting ZywOo to peek him from the top. Even though it didn't work out fully in this round, it is important to note that ZywOo kept his principles by peeking from a new angle when he is spotted, and by relocating whenever he does a kill. Whenever he has a rifle as well, he is not scared to peek you right into your face. From the city's perspective, it just looks hard, even though they are hearing him. In this round, ZywOo goes mid with a teammate. His teammate dies, so ZywOo ends up in a lurk position, knowing that there is an enemy stuck in underground. He just holds the city rotation, being pulled by his teammates putting pressure on it. Right after getting the double kill, ZywOo leaves his position and goes around T-spawn. Unfortunately, his teammates already died and is in a hard clutch situation. But if his teammates wouldn't die, then the cities would have to worry about a mid lurk coming behind them at any time. This video alone cannot cover all the details that makes ZywOo so good. Those were only a few things that I've decided to talk about. I hope that you learned something from it and that you can use those things in your own games. If you enjoyed this type of content, leave a like and subscribe to support me. Also, leave a comment with a player or a position you would like to see in this type of format. Thank you for watching and see ya!